This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Want to start playing competitively? It's very easy to do so with instant email delivery with the codes, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, reaching from League Battle decks, specific promo codes, or even the latest booster packs in town. So definitely check out PotownStore.com, and you can use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% off your next order. How wonderful is that? Also check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every day. If you're a European player, you're obligated to check out the link in the description below. We're going to be able to check out Card Market, and you can buy cards and sell cards to people all across Europe, so definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton. So definitely enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! Single strike or rapid strike, which one you like? It's time to fight the darkest type. It sounds alright, the new set is inside. We use the Urshifus and use them crazy moves. Fighting types are now approved, but can be stopped by Mewtwo. So a psychic weakness does kinda hurt. We might avert 2 Mewtwo wars. I'm quite concerned, yeah, you will learn. It is my turn, one shot and you will burn. By cards like Salazzle, it is not a hassle. Conditions are special, a whole different level with new items. It's time to settle the score once and for all. Which decks will rise, which decks will fall. We cover them all, like even a Yamper that will fetch a ball, or healing all damage by using Cheryl. You know what I'm saying? No time for waiting, let's get this video started. The set is amazing, yes! The top 20 best cards from Battle Styles. Which card are you looking forward to? Let me know down below, and let's get it started! What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss a single video. So today we're going to be talking about Battle Styles and the top 20 best cards, and this is going to be my personal opinion. If your opinion is different, be sure to let me know down below what your favorite cards are, to be honest, because I actually posted this on Verbank as well as my YouTube community page, and we actually came to an agreement where specific cards are better than other cards, of course. And I'm going to be giving you my personal top 20 best cards from Battle Styles. Without further ado, let's just get this show on the road. First of all, we have a couple of honorable mentions. I posted 6 of them right here. We have the Blowing Fan, which is able to put a special energy from one of the opponent's Pokemon on the bottom of their deck. The reason why I don't think it's going to be that impactful is that the Urshifu VMAX, which are like the main new archetypes from this set, actually discard their own energies, and they also have a way to get them back, especially like the single strike Urshifu VMAX. So I don't know if it's going to be that impactful. Also, you can use that for stuff like against the metal coating energies. You can put them on the bottom of the deck and strike against them. But they still have Giratina in the format from Unified Minds, so with the Dimension Breach, to get rid of the special energies, you discard them instead of putting them onto the bottom of the decks. That's why it's an honorable mention. We have Bruno. You can shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 4 cards, but if one of your Pokemon got knocked out during the opponent's last turn, you can draw 7 cards instead, and that's pretty nice. This is a great supporter. The reason why it's on the honorable mention category is that I don't know if it will replace Marnie or Research, because those are like way better. Marnie always gets you 5 and puts the opponent to a low hand size. This can get you 7, so maybe you want to have some extra consistency without wanting to discard some of your cards. Like Research is very nice, but it discards some of your stuff. Maybe you can rely to Bruno. It is a single strike card, so you can actually, if there's going to be some alterations where you can use this or fetch this card for some specific reason, then it might become better, but for now, nope. We have Tapu Koko VMAX, being able to slap, I think, 180 and then paralyze the opponent's Pokemon if you're behind in prize cards. The reason why I don't like it is that it shares a similar weakness to Eternatus, and Urshifu VMAXs do have the fighting type around, and that's why I think it's not that good. Also, almost all decks right now are running 4 copies of Switch, as maybe Bird Keepers, maybe Melolana, maybe Escape Rope, which is getting a reprint. So I know you can automatically paralyze opponents and slap 180 if you're behind in prize cards, but I don't know if it's going to be that impactful, because as soon as like the opponent has a switch card or something, maybe you can pair this with the Almastar so the opponent has no access to their switches. Who knows? You also need to have 3 energies stacked onto this fella, and that's going to be, we do have Tapu Koko Prism Star, but then again, Not too certain about this archetype. Next is Stoutland V, and that is having an interesting attack, 40 damage with its first attack, and being able to take an additional prize card if you've knocked something out. We've seen this before with the Articuno, we've seen it before with ADP, but that's for the rest of the game. Very, very strong effect. Why don't I think this is good? Well, 40 damage doesn't cut it. Sometimes you also need to accelerate to it, so maybe you Welder, maybe you use Rillaboom with the Voltage Beat, maybe use Ultra Creation and then use Ultimate Ray onto this fella. The good news is that if you're having problems against Mad Party, you can slide this in and take 2 prize cards on like a Bunnelby, which is very funny. I don't know if it's going to be that impactful. It is a very strong effect, don't get me wrong, but 40 damage is a little bit on the lower end. And then we have the, Mustard supporters, last chance for the like Single Strike and Rapid Strike. The Single Strike is a little bit better because that actually gets a card from your deck onto the bench. You can only play these supporters if they are the only cards in your hand. So let's say you have the Mustard Single Strike, then you play it, it's your only card in your hand, so you play it, you can search your deck for a Single Strike Pokemon and slap it down immediately onto your bench, which could be nice. And then you also draw 5 cards, so you can get stuff out like the Stage 2 Ember from this set, which allows you to dish out 30 extra damage. You are able to get an Urshifu VMAX instantly onto your bench, draw 5 cards. But having this as the only card in your hand, I don't know. Maybe it's just better to just wait a turn and just go for the evolution. And because you do have like Research Marnie and a lot of like Ball Engine cards. And also there's the Tower of Darkness, being able to like draw your cards. The other one is like not good at all. This is the one from Rapid Strike. This actually gets the same effect but a Pokemon from the discard pile. And getting a Pokemon in the discard pile is like hard to say the least. So we do have like things like the Danajax and Quick Ball and maybe Viridian Force to put stuff in the discard pile. But then again, I wouldn't actually use this as a way to go. Unless there's new Stage 2, very viable Stage 2 Single Strike or Rapid Strike Pokemon coming out that are like utterly broken, then you can resort to these Mustard supporters. But for now, they are here on the honorable mentions. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna be starting off with number 20. Are you guys ready? It is going to be Galarian, Mr. Rime himself. So this is going to be its own archetype. As you can see here, Galarian, Mr. Rime is a 1 prize Pokemon, being able to slap 10 damage plus 40 more for every ball card you discard from your hand. Which is nice. We have Quick Ball, we have the new introduced Level Ball, which will come onto the list very shortly. So we have access to Cherish Ball, we have access to Great Ball, so even Pokeball, which is nice. So that's like 5 of them. If you have like 4 copies of each, you can have like 20 ball cards in your deck. We have the new Ball Guy, which is going to be coming out in our Shining set, I think. This actually gets you 3 different ball cards from the deck, so that could be nice to just increase your damage output. We also have Yamper, which is also in the set of battle styles. If you slap it down on your bench, you can actually get back a Pokeball and a Great Ball from your discard pile to your hand. So this could be nice in the late game. Yamper, 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 bam, slapping huge damage. The multiplier is pretty nice, 10 damage plus 40 more, and that's for Twin Energy, so you can resort to triple accelerated energy, you can resort to Twin Energy. Is it better than Mad Party? That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm putting it only at the number 20 slot, because Mad Party slaps a huge amount of damage, and that's remains. You don't have those awkward times where the opponent like reset stamps or Marnies you, and your damage output gets like, very low because you cannot get your ball cards back. Other than that, I think the damage output could be nice. You could be running stuff like Lucky Egg, you could be running Snorlax to get your setup so you can draw cards and save your ball cards. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if this can actually have a little bit of a dent in the format. Moving forward, we are going to have Mimikyu on number 19 here. Mimikyu is an interesting Pokemon with the Dummy Doll. You may use this ability once during your turn when you play this card from your hand onto your bench. So if you slap it down on the bench until the end of your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So you're practically immune from damage for 1 turn, which is nice. And also it does have that interesting stuff here. I'm actually going to be putting my sponsors down the drain a little bit because we need to read what is on here. So as you can see, the Envying Eyes putting 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for every prize card the opponent has taken. This could be nice in the late game if you are like reset stamp, put Mimikyu in the active, spread a ton of damage on the active Pokemon, then they cannot like have boss's orders because they got reset stamped, and you can use it again to finish the game. It could be a nice way. You can use it with Aurora Energy. It only needs 1 energy to spread damage on the active Pokemon. And the more, the better use of this is like in the late game. Maybe you're playing Dracapult VMAX and you're spreading a lot of damage and the active is almost knocked out. Then you can come with a Mimikyu out of nowhere, and that could be nice if you reset stamp them at the correct time, or Marnie, which is awesome. Okay, next card we're going to be talking about is number 18, and this is going to be Primeape. Primeape is an interesting take. Also, when we're going to the higher numbers of this top 20, I'm going to be letting you guys know what the community thinks about these specific cards, where they actually rank them, and that's probably going to be happening as soon as we're getting to number 10. This is number 18, Primeape with the Frenzy Bomb. This is probably the first Primeape in history that is like viable in competitive play. You actually slap 50 damage for every one of your bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on them. We have Spiritomb still in the format, the new Houndoom, which we're gonna go check that out very shortly in this video. Accelerates energy straight from the deck. That's single strike energies, that also lets you dish out 20 extra damage. So it's a single strike Pokemon. Fantastic, because you can resort to like Karate Belt and use Houndoom, or use Houndoom and attach of turn. There's a lot of things possible, and with Jinx you can move around. That's the one from Unified Minds. You can move around all the damage until you have like 5 bench Pokemon with damage on them. Then you slap 250 with the single strike buff. That's 270, another single strike energy 290, maybe even the Martial Arts Dojo you're behind in prize cards 330 damage. Yeah, this Primeape can actually go crazy if all goes well. It takes a lot of setup, so that's why I'm only putting it at number 18, because there's better fighting archetypes out there. But nonetheless, like a one prize you're slapping 330, that's like Blacephalon territory right there. Okay, moving forward, we're going to be talking about number 17. That's going to be Korvik, or actually it's Corviknight. Corviknight, yeah. This is going to be the one that is having free retreat, which is awesome, and pairs really well with Bronzong and Cheryl, which are both cards we're going to talk about in this video very much later down in the video. So Luster Body is awesome, prevents all effects of your opponent's abilities done to this Pokemon. So no Galarian Zigzagoon Madness, no Galarian Slowbro that wants to poison you with Rapid Fire Poison, no whatever, no Fion action going around for this card. So all abilities don't affect this guy, which is awesome. We have, of course, a Corviknight V, which is able to like trap opponents, 30 damage, and the opponent cannot retreat during their next turn, and also slaps 190 solid for 2 medals and a Carlos. Not Zacian damage capabilities like Brave Blade, but 190 is not too bad. Why this card is going to shine is because it has, of course, Cheryl and Bronzong. Bronzong will move around all your metal energies wherever you please, and Cheryl can heal off all damage from evolution type Pokemon. So that's going to be, your VMAX is going to be healed off completely every single time. So if you can keep this guy alive, maybe some big charms, maybe other things that might protect him, giving him more HP, metal coating energy, protect him from fire type weakness. And having free retreat is awesome, because that way you can stamp retreat and just be safe for a while until you find your Cheryl, which is awesome. So on the number 17 spot, because it's still weak to fire, if you don't find your metal coating energies, you will be destroyed instantly. There's still a lot of welder decks out there: Centiskorch, Reshizard, Baby Blounce, Welder Mewtwo, so a lot of them out there. And with, of course, the new Bellowing Fan, as mentioned in the honorable mentions, they can actually get rid of metal coating energies in every single deck. So I don't know how to feel about that. So being weak to fire is not good right now. Moving forward, we are going to have number 16, Salazzle. This is a very fun archetype, and it slaps huge damage. I already made a deck profile on my channel, also for the Galarian Mr. Rime, by the way, for the people that were wondering. This is an interesting Pokemon because it slaps 90 damage for every special condition that the opponent is affected by. So in theory, if the opponent is affected by 3 special conditions, bam, that's 270. Already one-hitting KOing any tag team in town, because poison actually gives yourself additional damage output as well as burn. So you one-hit KO any tag team in the format. Awesome. You slap huge damage on stuff like Zacian because they are weak to fire, and you have cards that can help you out, like the Yellhorn that puts both Pokemon confused, but you can evolve so you can heal yourself off, or you can scoop up net or whatever. And we also have Weepinbell, which is also a new card from Battle Styles. If you slap it down, the opponent is poisoned and burned. So that's not only a 30 extra damage buff, it helps with your attack, taunt, and burn. That actually will slap a huge amount of damage for a twin or a triple accelerated energy, depending on whether you want to be putting those in the deck. So twin energies, triple accelerated energies, they both work. Maybe you're relying on Tapu Koko, Prism Star, on some lightning energies. It all depends on you, to be honest, but this is a very strong archetype. It hits bigger numbers than the Galarian Mr. Rime, and you don't need too many things to do it. So that's why I'm putting it higher up on the list. And also we have Koga Straps, which is also interesting to just put the opponent to some extra special conditions. Moving forward, it's going to be number 15, Cherum. This is fantastic. Grass Pokemon gets some love. Only Pokemon without a rule box though, so no V Pokemon, no GX Pokemon. You can accelerate as many grass energies from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So it doesn't specify grass type Pokemon, so you could also accelerate to like Careless types or whatever types you want. This is energy acceleration at its best, is like Raindrop, or see Rain Dance with grass types and whatever you please. Doesn't even have to be on the bench like Frostmoth does. You can just attach wherever you please. So cards like Kartana, you can try that out with Glimwood Tangle, just one-hit KOing everything. You just need to have like maybe some Galarian Zigzagoons in combination with that. It's gonna be funny to test that out. Also Maractus with Glimwood Tangle, for every energy attached to it, flip a coin, if heads, for every heads, 60 damage. And there's also a new Chapu Bulu in this battle style set, which slaps 160 damage if you discard all the energy. So 160 damage, 3 energies required, and you can accelerate with Cherum. Who knows, maybe there could be like a new grass box archetype in the format that could actually work out. And it's unfortunate that you cannot attach to rule box Pokemon. Also, I should note is that there's a Shaman Prism Star, which is able to slap huge damage for every energy in play. So you can accelerate to other Pokemon and then manually attach to Shaman, and Shaman can strike for huge damage. As a little side note, you cannot attach to the Shaman because that one has a rule box. Number 14, Empoleon V, and that is going to be a very crazy card because it shuts down basic Pokemon without a rule box. So basically like Jirachis, all the Jirachis, even the one from Vivid Voltage, it shuts down Galarian Zigzagoon, Fiones, Mewtwo, Mew, which actually has of course the Banjo Barrier and whatever. You can block a whole heap of things, which I love to do. It's like you can trap opponents and even have a new scroll. There's a scroll card for Rapid Strike Pokemon, which allows you to spread 30 damage on everything. And that's going to be going through the Mew because, yeah, the Mew, its ability gets shut down. So awesome things to see here. It's unfortunate that it only shuts down Pokemon without a rule box. It would have been awesome if you could shut down the Danny GX or Crobat V. On the other hand, this is gonna be a nice hit and run Pokemon. We have a Mienfao, which is able to like hit and run for a rapid strike energy, and also you can rely on Air Balloon for your Empoleon V. So maybe that could find a sort of little niche. I've also seen Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX decks resorting to this as the early phase, because if you're up against a deck that relies on Jirachi, just put it on the active and they're gonna be stuck and they're saying, oh, no Stellar Wishes, oh dang it. Okay, moving forward, number 13. It's going to be the one and only Tool Jammer. This is going to be fantastic. If you don't have any tools in your deck, you might just think, oh, I'm going to be putting this in to just annoy the opponent, because that means you can shut down Big Charm, you can shut down Air Balloon, U-Turn Board, Metal Goggles. Every tool card will no longer have an effect if the Pokemon in the active slot has the Tool Jammer, which is nice. Sometimes, oh no, the opponent has a Big Charm, I don't have like room for like a lot of Tool Scrappers. Maybe a couple of Tool Jammers could do the job just fine, so you can hit the numbers that you want. Also, people with Air Balloon will still be trapped in the active, which is nice. So I do predict this might see some play in some control archetypes that want to be relying on like trapping opponents. We've seen Galar trapping being very successful. Tool Jammer might see a little niche in that specific way. Also, you can get rid of Metal Goggles against Luke Metal, so that could also fix your problems against that matchup. Moving forward, number 12, Victini VMAX. And this is actually a card that people put really high. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, number 10. Yeah, it's a little bit higher for the community on Verbank City. It's a very nice card because it actually slaps 220 damage on a V Pokemon. So that could mean you no longer need Welder to set yourself up, even though you could resort to Welder. You could also just attach off turn, wait a turn, evolve to the VMAX and attach again, and just hunt after a Pokemon that evolve into VMAXs. I'm thinking about Eternatus, I'm thinking about a Centiskorch. Let's say you go first, they have a Centiskorch with like 5 energies thanks to Flare Starter, no problem. It's your turn again, attach, evolve to the VMAX, boss orders, and boom, it's out of there, because 220 does the job for not one-hitting KOing every V Pokemon that still needs to evolve. Even if they have like more HP, they probably are weak to metal then, actually weak to fire, and they are metal type, so it's not a big problem. You can buff your HP up thanks to the heat fire energy, and of course this deck can still resort around like Welder. I've already made a deck profile on Victini VMAX. It's not that hard to just get a VMAX on the second turn and just strike, use Boss's Orders or a Ninetales from Team Up to just gust opponents. So the gusting effect with the combination of like 220 for evolving VMAX decks is good. And you also two-shot, like if they already have a VMAX, you two-shot at least, so that's not too bad. Okay, moving forward, we're going to be talking about number 11, and that's going to be Cheryl. Cheryl actually heals all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. Then you discard all energies attached to the Pokemon you healed in this way. So like max potion for all your evolution Pokemon. Insane, right? I could see this being play in stall decks that just wants to like tank out. Like Cheryl, Palpats, and also like Cynthia Catalan's Cheryl party, you know? Like a very huge VMAX Pokemon in the active, and the opponent has so much trouble to just knock it out. We've seen this working out before with like Wailord EX, Crushing Hammer, Max Potion stuff, so that's good. And it also will work out with stuff like Bronzong, because Bronzong will move around all the metal energies in play, so you can heal without the downside. So as mentioned in the Korvik Knight VMAX deck, or maybe even in the Urshifu Rapid Strike VMAX deck, because it only needs one energy to slap huge damage. So maybe you can make a deck that revolves around that first attack only, so you can heal off, attach again, heal off, attach again. That could be a thing. So Cheryl, very powerful card, very powerful supporter, and it reminds me so much of Acerola back in the days. And you know how much that card saw play from Burning Shadows, right? Okay, next up is going to be Octillery. We saw this one in the trailer, like grabbing energies from the deck. This is going to be nice because it actually searches your deck for a Rapid Strike card. And as we've seen, we have Pokemon that have the Rapid Strike logo onto them. We have supporters, we have stadium cards, we have energy. So this Octillery in a Rapid Strike deck will boost your consistency by a mile. You have Karina's Motivation, which lets you draw cards until you have 6 in the hand. So I would always, like, if you're playing Octillery, put one single copy of that in here. If you get reset stamped, Octillery can get you out of that nasty situation. Also, it searches out the special energy, which counts as like 2 energies simultaneously, a water and a fighting type. Very awesome, and only can be attached to like single strike rapid strike Pokemon, but we're gonna get to that energy very soon. So Octillery, giving yourself extra consistency, reminds me of the Breakthrough Octillery, which is able to also bring yourself extra consistency. So Octillery, very nice card indeed. Number 9 is Houndoom. Houndoom is a very strong, it has a very strong ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a single strike energy and attach it to one of your single strike Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So energy acceleration, like Malamar, but from the deck. How crazy is that? It's nice, right? So instead of like accelerating psychic energies from the discard pile to the bench Pokemon, you can accelerate to whichever Pokemon you want. The active one, the bench one, it doesn't matter. And it also will give you extra damage output because the single strike energy provides 20 extra damage modifier. So they can actually slap 20 additional damage. You put 2 damage counters onto yourself, but there's also like an anger scroll for single strike decks, which allows you to dish out 10 damage plus more damage depending on how many damage counters there are on you. I didn't put it in this list, but it's a tool card which you might have access to. And this Houndoom is awesome. If you can get 3 of them out, your Urshifu single strike VMAX will dish out crazy damage, one-hit KOing anything in the game. And there's also the Vitality Jar, which is able to put 2 of these special energies back into your deck. So very strong because we have the great cards. It's like the combination package. Houndoom, Urshifu, Single Strike Energy, Vitality Jar, everything comes together, but Houndoom is strong. The more Single Strike Pokemon get released, the better this card will become because, yeah, you have, of course, energy acceleration and you have, of course, damage buff. So that's perfect. Okay, moving forward. Number 8 is going to be the Tower of Darkness. We also have another stadium that's like the Tower of like Water or whatever, which actually gets 2 retreat costs from your Rapid Strikes, removes it actually. Didn't put it in the list because we have Escape Rope being reprinted, we have Air Balloon, we have switches, we have a lot of switch outs, so that's another switch one. I don't think we need that, but this is very good. Remember like Scorched Earth or Heat Factory, even a little bit more recent, allows you to discard something and you can draw cards. Drawing cards in the TCG is always great, so Tower of Darkness will be, the same scenario. You actually discard a single strike card from your hand and then you can draw 2 cards. As mentioned, it could be the Vitality Jar is an item card, an energy itself. It could be a Pokemon, so you have lots of Pokemon cards with, of course, the single strike logo on to them, and you can discard them and draw 2 cards, which is awesome, saving yourself from reset stamp Maris or digging for that boss's orders, because you can now play Crobat, the Dene GX, Supporter of Turn, Tower of Darkness, so you draw like your entire deck, get the boss, you win the game. That's how it goes. So very strong card. I recommend like almost every single strike deck trying this card out because that's your main stadium. It's good, it's very good. Unfortunately, like Chaotic Swell is also in the format, so will it see too much play? We'll see, but every single strike deck will try to resort onto it. Okay, next is Bronzong. This is broken. Remember like Klinklang from Black and White? Well, we have something back, moving around all the energies. It actually states, as often as you like during your turn, you may move a metal energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. And as we know, Aurora Energy does count as a metal energy while attached, so you can move around your Aurora energies. We will see some sort of a counter box deck with Bronzong, where you have Aurora energies and some stuff, and you can move all of those energies around. And yeah, just attack with the correct Pokemon. That's gonna be awesome. You can yeah, save your energies, put it on a big HP Pokemon, then heal off all damage with Cheryl. As mentioned, the combination Corviknight, Bronzong, Aurora Energy, and the Cheryl. It's gonna be a lot of fun things possible with Bronzong. Also, this is like way better than Quagsire. Remember Quagnac? I know there's a couple of Quagnacs here. I know you guys. So you guys are actually resorting to like attaching to the Quagsire and then moving it to the active position. This Bronzong can freely move from the active to the bench, to another bench. It doesn't matter. Very strong ability on the number 7 spot. And also, I think Bronzong has been voted by you guys as the number 6 spot. So crazy, right? Also in the community. So thank you guys if you did yeah, mention your top 5 cards on my Verbank post. Thank you very much. That gives me a lot of insight. Moving forward, we have Escape Rope. You guys put this as your number 2 pick. Escape Rope, very strong. We already know this. And there's a lot of Pokemon that I want to switch out of the active. Brave Blade reset. Eerie Beam Madness for Orbeetle VMAX. The new Urshifu Rapid Strike VMAX is going to be resorting to like getting from the bench to the active position to slap more damage. Escape Rope is awesome. We've seen it before like with Zapdos Jirachi builds. Now you can resort to like more outs to switch out. Even your Stellarish Jirachi now has an additional out. So you can have 4 Escape Rope, 4 Switch, 4 Scoop Up Net, and you can Stellarish all day long until your heart's content. Crazy, I know, but the better use of this is like getting an annoying Snorlax or a Jirachi from the active to the bench, so you can knock something out from the bench, which is awesome. Turbo Zacian decks will use this, Orbeetle VMAX will use this, and also the new Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX will use this. A very versatile card. There's also like lots of scenarios where you slap Escape Rope and the opponent is like thinking, oh no, I don't know which one to promote. And the good news is the opponent promotes first, so it's like a Fion play, and then you can switch your active with one of your bench. So you actually like let the opponent make a move, and you can then play on that move, which is awesome. Escape Rope, very busted card. I'm only putting it there at the number 6 spot because yes, there's not gonna be like a deck with like bazillion Escape Ropes. I think so. Maybe 1 or 2 can slide their way in like top tier archetypes, but I don't know if there's gonna be like maybe an Orbeetle VMAX. Could be wrong. Moving forward, we're gonna have number 5. There he is, the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. I think this is, yeah, people are rating this guy as a little bit lower than the Rapid Strike. Understandable, because it requires more setup. You actually need to have like 3 Houndoom in play, and also need to pray that there's no Single Strike energy surprise. But if everything goes well, this guy can one-hit KO anything in the game. You have the fighting type by your side. You can one-hit KO Crobats, Picarams, Eternatus VMAX, Dedanes, whatever you want that is weak to fighting. You slap it and you can just one-hit KO that. So we have Beat Down, 3 Carlos energies, 100. So with 3 Single Strike energies, that's 160. Pretty nice. And also we have the G-Max One Blow. This is where the card shines. This card, all energies attached to the sky, and you actually go through any effects of the opponent's active. So you can go through Decidueyes, you can go through stuff like Altarios, Zamazenta, V, it doesn't matter. You could straightly go through them. The only thing you need is a couple of Houndoom. And the Houndoom, of course, as we mentioned, will accelerate that Single Strike energy. Single Strike energy allows you to dish out 20 more damage with your Single Strike Pokemon. So a very strong, if you like have 3 of them attached, you slap 330, enough to knock out opposing Urshifu VMAXs, also enough to knock out Centiskorch VMAX and all of the rest of the VMAXs, because the one with 340 HP is the one that is weak to fighting. So that's where you have it. You also have the Urshifu V, like the Single Strike one, the non-VMAX one, is able to accelerate 2 energies from itself. So if you go second, I suggest you always go second with this list, so you can have like, go with that, attach of turn, accelerate 2 energies from the deck. I think it's from the deck. And then you can strike from, yeah, turn 2, which is crazy. His second attack is also slapping 180, so yeah, this is going to be its own archetype. I already made a deck profile. If you guys are interested, be sure to check that out. And now, number 4 is actually going to be the energies. People are rating the energies at the number 4 spot. I do so as well. So thank you for filling in that poll on Verbank City. So the Single Strike energy will become better as more Single Strike Pokemon go out, but also like the Rapid Strike energy is very good. The Single Strike is able to get recovered thanks to Vitality Jar. The Rapid Strike is not able, you cannot get that back unless you resort to something like wacky, like a Munchlax play or whatever. But typically you cannot get them back. We don't have special charge, but this is a special charge for Single Strikes. So the Vitality Jar is also put in this slide here. And I'm a bigger fan of the Rapid Strike energy because you actually have like a multiple energy, 2 energies are like double Cars energy, but it counts as like water and fighting simultaneously. So it can help you out with Empoleon to just somehow attack with that, and you can use it for a whole heap of Rapid Strike Pokemon. The more they come out, the better these cards will become. And Single Strike, more damage is always good. So more damage, and this is extra energy in play. So both are broken. I think Rapid Strike a little bit better than Single Strike for now. But if there's a better Single Strike target, this Single Strike probably will be better. We'll see. Anyhow, let's go to the number 3 spot here. And I'm going to be talking about Kricketune. Yeah, you know the one from the video games, Sinnoh. Okay, you guys are rating this guy as the number, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The number 7 spot. I'm rating it here on the number 3 spot because do you remember Oranguru from Sun and Moon base? Yeah, that card with Instruct that saw a bazillion amount of play. This could see a niche role here because this is another 2-price Pokemon that draws cards. And as we've learned with like Crobat V, the Danajax, Eldigos, all those like very crazy cards, is that, yeah, if you draw cards, it's good. This is reminding me so much of like the Oranguru, but it's even better. If it's in the active slot, you can draw cards until you have 4 in the hand. If it's on the bench, you can only draw cards until you have 3 in the hand. So maybe in like Orbital decks, if you have a low hand size, getting like, you do run like lots of switch outs and U-turn boards anyhow, you can actually draw more cards with this. And the good news is, now you can play Rose without the downside. In the past, people would play Rose with Selvalle GX at one point, Rose with something else to draw cards. This can help you out because you can use Rose, accelerate 2 energies to one of your VMAX Pokemon, and then you're left with 0 cards because you have to discard your hand. Well, not anymore. Kricketune draws you back up to 3 cards, or even 4 if it's in the active slot, which is nice. Also, if you get Reset Stamp, this can be your saving grace. You get stamped to 1. No, Kricketune, you have 2 cards. You have the Quick Ball, the Danajax. You go, yeah. Kricketune, very good. I'm a big fan of Kricketune, and I will see play, mark my words. This is my number 3 spot. Moving forward, also, let's just check out the YouTube community. Kricketune has been voted as the 4th best card here, okay. People are respecting Kricketune more on YouTube than they are on Facebook, but it is what it is. Next up, yeah, it's going to be Level Ball. You guys were taught, thinking that this card is the best card coming from the Battle Style set. It is good, mark my words, it is very good. But in a meta filled with VMAX Pokemon and, yeah, Tag Team GXs, this is not searching anything. You cannot search your the Danajax, you cannot search your Tag Team Pokemon, you cannot search your VMAX. That's why it's only number 2. If there's better 1-price Pokemon coming, and I know there will be at the future, Level Ball is broken. As we've seen, a Mad Party can just make use of its entire setup. It can get Bunnelbees, it can get Poltegeist, it can get Sinistes, it can get like the Dene, which you can put in the discard pile. Very awesome. Level Ball will help out Mad Party so well. I'm glad because I'm a fan of 1-price Pokemon. Also, like stage 2 decks that have a little bit rough with consistency, like the Decidueye decks can now resort to like Level Ball. So you have Level Ball and Quick Ball, so you can get your Zigzagoons and your Rowlets a little bit easier. And also like decks that only have 90 HP as their main attacker. For instance, as you can see here, that Salazzle has 90 HP, so that's going to buff up the consistency of those decks by a mile. So you have 4 Level Ball, you have 4 Quick Ball, maybe some Great Balls and Communications, and bam, out of nowhere your deck rolls like crazy. It's going to be awesome. So Salazzle and Mad Party are like the main like hopes for Level Ball for now, but that could change in the future when new archetypes get released. And now, the one, the only, actually, Level Ball is like voted number 1 for you guys. And now, the one and only number 1 pick for me. Yeah, you can guess it already. It's going to be Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. As we can learn something from Japan is that this card seems to be like sliding into almost every deck because it's that good. You can use a whole heap of strategies. Its best attack is the G-Max Rapid Flow, being able to slap 120 damage to 2 of the opponent's Pokemon. So very similar to the Raikou Amazing Rare, which has an awkward energy cost. This is way easier because we have the Rapid Strike energy providing the 2 energies, and then you can resort to something like Karate Belt, or you just wait it out. You just use your first attack first, you survive, then attach that double energy, Rapid Strike energy, and go for that second attack. But this is a huge card, 330 HP, massive. You can heal off with Cheryl if you want to. You have an attack for only 1 energy, which is busted. If you come from the bench and slide to the active position, you slap 150 damage. And that's without modifier, so that's crazy. Remember, like, first impression, Golisopod GX, well, this is insanely better. You hit the relevant weakness, so you hit for like Picarams, Eternatus, Dedenne, Crobat. Bench sitters all go down thanks to this. And you can also use stuff like Karate Belt to help out the attack for like 0 energies if you're behind. You can use Martial Arts Dojo, so you can slap 40 additional damage if you're behind, so that's 190. And yeah, you can also use Telescopic Sight for its second attack, so you slap 150 to 2 of the opponent's bench V Pokemon or GXs. Pair that with like some other like pink Pokemon, like this is gonna be insane. Also, its damage output is like very nice. You can slap 150, follow it up with 120. So tag team GXs are no longer safe because of the like, yeah, you slap into a tag team GX, they retreat to the bench. You can still knock it out with G-Max Rapid Flow, fantastic attack. And also there is regular Urshifu V, like the Rapid Strike one, which is able to like slap a little bit of damage and also has Strafe, you slap damage and retreat. So interesting for sure, because there's Empoleon, you can use that attack, hide behind an Empoleon, wait it out, go for the VMAX, lots of possibilities, and the G-Max Rapid Flow will punish one prize Pokemon. For instance, you're up against that crazy funky Weepinbell Salazzle deck, you can get rid of their Bellsprout that needs to evolve and their Salandit instantly, like boom, get rid of everything. So very strong, and we will see tons of play with this card. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 20 video. It has been quite the ride, 35 minutes into this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you are enjoying the content, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button, as it helps out the channel more than you would possibly think. Also, let me know what is your favorite card from Battle Styles, which card are you looking personally forward to. I'm curious to hear your opinions down below. Also, yeah, big shout out to my sponsors. We have, of course, PotownStore.com. This is the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. And they will have Battle Styles very shortly up on stock, so you can actually get some codes early, and you can always use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% of your next order. And they have everything. They have like promo codes for whatever you might need: Eternatus, League Battle Decks, Trainer Toolkits, Zacian codes, whatever you want, they have it. You can start playing TCGO right now. Also, check out cardmarket.com. They are our European sponsor, and this is a European platform where you can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, making it easy for yourself to get rid of your cards that you don't need anymore, get rid of your bulk. You can just put everything up online, sell it, and buy cards from people all across Europe. So definitely check that website out, and use the affiliated link in the description below. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. If you're still watching, you're a true subscriber. Thank you very much. Don't forget to smash that like button, as it helps out the channel more than you would possibly think, and get the video to more viewers. Anyhow, see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Peace.